Hi guys, it's your classmate Khadijah. I'm comparing Native American and African American parenting styles, trying to determine which style has a stronger impact on academic achievement. I chose this topic because there has been various amounts of research done on African American parenting, but there is little to no research on Native Americans, and there is no research connecting the two groups. I wanted to see if I could bridge the gap between the two groups. Native Americans are a diverse group of indigenous people located in the United States. The Native American population in the United States is currently 5.2 million according to the 2010 census. Native Americans are viewed as more collectivistic than individualistic. This means they value their community and their tribe and value interdependence between the groups. Native Americans can be described as having a cooperative family life that includes their immediate family, their extended family, their community, and their tribe. In Native American society, it is more common for parenting to be done by older siblings as well as grandparents. African Americans are members of the Black race living in the United States. In this presentation, this term refers to any member of the Black racial groups of Africa, including West Indians, Africans, and Black Americans. Currently, African Americans comprise 13% of the total population. Like Native Americans, African Americans are also more collectivistic than European Americans. However, when it comes to individualism, there is no significant difference between them and white Americans. Grandparents and older siblings are also crucial for taking care of the younger children in the family. 2/3 of African American children are raised by a single parent. Now I'll discuss parenting styles that have been developed by Diana Baumrind. The first parenting style is permissive parenting. Permissive parents do not attempt to rule over their children or set boundaries. They are low on demand and higher on responsiveness. They are relatively warm towards their children and encourage them to be autonomous in order for them to make their own decisions. The second parenting style is authoritarian parents. Authoritarian parents use force and control to mold their children into what they want them to be. They value obedience above all else and are not afraid to use force to force their children to do what they want. They are high on demand and low on responsiveness. The last parenting style is authoritative parents. Authoritative parents are a good balance between permissive and authoritarian parents. They are both high in demand and high on responsiveness. These parents encourage give and take between their children and themselves, but they also stress boundaries for their children so that they may learn from their mistakes and learn to be autonomous while also having boundaries in place. In general, which parenting style is linked to better academic achievement? Studies show that students with authoritative parents have higher grades than students with authoritarian and permissive parents. Now we'll talk about the parenting styles of both groups. African American parenting style. African Americans are typically authoritarian parents. According to research done by Kyle C. Longest and his colleagues, although African Americans are authoritarian, they're more likely to apply this style to their sons over their daughters. Black mothers also expect unreasonable levels of obedience from their children, and they are ranked higher in negativity and detachment from their children. Native Americans are seen as permissive parents. Their children are allowed to be autonomous from a young age, and they develop in their own time with no set rules or boundaries. Native Americans also promote interdependence amongst their tribes. When comparing academic achievement between the two, it is important to note that there is a strong negative correlation between authoritarian parents and grades. This is important because African Americans are usually authoritarian parents. Their harsh style of parenting can negatively impact the grades of their children and give them poor academic performance. Native Americans typically do worse in school than the majority because they have different values than the majority. Native American parents believe that restricting children to rules and regulation of society disrespects their autonomy. This is important because they are permissive parents and they strive to allow their children to grow up to be themselves. Because Native Americans are permissive parents, their children may not arrive to school on time or complete projects on time because they do not believe in forcing their children to do these things. This contributes to poor academic achievement as well. So what conclusions can be drawn? Well, according to the research done by Dornbush et al., authoritarian parenting is the most damaging parenting style to a child's academic achievement. He analyzed the three parenting styles and compared them to the reported grades and GPAs of students from different racial backgrounds. The negative correlation of authoritarian parenting to grades produced the strongest correlation of the three parenting styles. For males, the negative correlation was 0.18, and for females, the negative correlation was negative 0.23. This was the strongest relationship between all three parenting styles and showed that as parents became more authoritarian, their children's grades worsened. This research would suggest that African Americans are more negatively affected by authoritarian parenting than Native Americans are affected by their permissive parenting. However, when you compare these research data to the statistics of the United States high school dropout rates, Native Americans seem to be doing worse than African Americans. This makes it important to note that there are many other factors besides parenting that contribute to academic achievement, such as intrinsic motivation, self-efficacy, and financial status. In addition to that, it is also important to note that research done by Long et al. Has shown that children who grow up in collective societies don't necessarily view their parents' authoritarian views with the same negative light that children in individualistic societies do. This research could be used to explain why African Americans don't do as poorly as Native Americans. Perhaps they don't feel that their parents' style of parenting them is hurting them or affecting their academic performance. So everyone, thank you for watching my presentation on Native American and African American parenting styles. I do hope you've learned something from this presentation, and I hope that you ask me any questions that you want to have. These last few slides are all of the sources that I use in this presentation. Thank you. Bye.